It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. In this video, we're picking up on Michael Eric Dyson. Now, y'all know it wasn't that long ago, maybe a week or so, that he came out and had a viral video circulating where he was reflecting on the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake battle. And he was trying to hypothesize. I guess he was on his inspector deck. I drop hypotheses. Bomb atomically, and he just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Mockeries. Lyrically performed on robbery. He sure did. You know what I mean? Nigga. And he got his stupid ass flamed up for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was very simple, right? Like, what was it about Not Like Us that really triggered you? Because he came out trying to say that Kendrick was trying to strip Drake of his blackness because he called him a colonizer or whatever, which colonizer, I mean, that was pretty cut and dry, the explanation for the colonizer piece. Like, you acting just like the colonizer. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. He showed you the whole shit about the slavery and the fucking way that niggas ran to Atlanta to gentrify and take from the culture, and paralleled that with how Drake ran to Atlanta and pilfered from the culture down here, benefited from the culture down here, got with the artists for social currency down here. It was a perfect setup. Everybody understood what it was when it happened. But for him, he wanted to try and make it something different, to say he was not black. Everybody heard on Meet the Grams when Adonis was called a black man, right? So clearly it wasn't calling him white. Rick Ross straight up called him white boy, right? Called him white boy for a whole song and numerous Instagram videos. Kendrick did no such thing, right? So to me, it felt like Michael Eric Dyson was triggered by other parts of the song. It seems he took umbrage with the PDF piece. And I personally believe that he felt some type of way about just the connotation of the baka and the weird niggas and the sexual assault niggas and all that shit. And we talked about that, you know what I'm saying? Because he had a lot of allegations out there on his own for years. Not to mention, we also talked about his issue just a couple years ago where he was basically flirting with a racist lady from Fox News, that he was on TV calling her racist, but behind the scenes talking about they look good together and will make a good couple and all this shit. You know, some people didn't like that got brought into the conversation, but how is it that you're trying to attack another man for what he said in a rap battle? What would make you take that lay if you weren't personally triggered in the approach? If you felt like Drake somehow was the better lyricist in the battle, I would vehemently disagree with you, but that would be your take. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to change minds of people that like Drake. That's not what I do over here. Inside the industry, if you love Drake, I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? And prior to the lawsuit, for real, if he would have dropped something that I liked, I would have just accepted it for what it was. But when you go against hip hop and you sue a man for what he put down on a song, when you yourself had nasty things to say about that man on your song, there's no way to justify that. And if you try to justify that, I'm going to lose respect for you as well. It just is what it is, right? We talked about that, but now he's come out once again, and this time around, he's saying that Jay-Z actually called him on the phone, allegedly, and said, yo, you are way off base. You tripping, right? He said they had a respectful conversation, but he also said that Jay-Z was very stern and very vigorously disagreed with him on that point. Now, do we know for sure that Jay-Z called him? No, we don't. But if we're going to take his word for it, that's what he's claiming, is that Jay-Z called him on the phone and they had a spirited debate about the points that he made in this interview. Okay?
Some people think, well, it ain't that serious and that's not what's going on. My job as a scholar is to show you that stuff you didn't think was that serious might be a bit more serious than you think. I could be wrong, to be sure.
For sure.
So I don't say it with the kind of arrogance that some of my interlocutors on the internet have suggested. And let me tell you something. A very dear and good friend of mine disagrees with me bitterly.
We saw and heard the arrogance that you had. What are you talking about? It ain't the internet that made you out to be arrogant. That's the air that you've carried for years. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't like you. I used to fuck with you when I was younger, when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought you was with the movement. You know what I mean? But alas, here we are. So yeah, the arrogance was a very fair point for the people that criticize you for it, because you went to a white platform trying to educate that man on this shit, and you went way out of bounds.
Well, I won't say bitterly, just aggressively and vigorously. His name is Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. Now, I don't usually talk about the conversations that Jay-Z and I have because that's between us. That's why we remain friends, because I ain't out here blabbing about what we talk about. But he hit me up and he vigorously disagreed.
Why everybody do that? I don't be out here blabbing about the shit that we talk about, but let me blab to y'all about some shit that we talked about. Okay.
With my particular position. He said it with dignity. He said it with respect. He articulated his ideal intelligently. I responded to him. We went back and forth for a minute, and I shared with him my essay, the 3,000 some word essay I wrote in the Philadelphia paper, where I break down what's going on between Kendrick and Drake. And he was respectful.
Hey, man, this is so fucking hilarious to me, bro. Michael Eric Dyson. Professor Michael Eric Dyson. You're going to educate Jay-Z with your 3,000 word essay about Kendrick and Drake, who he knows both personally, makes money with both of them, or has at least, has been somewhat of a mentorship role for both. And you're going to send him to your 3,000 word essay in the Philadelphia paper that goes unnamed to share with him what's going on between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. A man who witnessed it, a man who has been an immense pillar in both of their situations. You go tell him what's going on. And you say you wasn't out here being brazenly arrogant. You can't even help yourself, brother.
Paper where I break down what's going on between Kendrick and Drake. And he was respectful. What I love about Jay is that he's not arrogant, and he's got more reason to be arrogant than anybody we talking to, including myself, on this darn internet, and yet in social media. And yet he chose to be gracious, vigorous, clear, transparent about his disagreements, but he did not get nasty and vicious with me. So the point is that I'm saying we can disagree with each other and not be nasty. I understand a rap battle is a rap battle, and you trying to exploit your opponent's if it will, vulnerabilities. But in an age of social media, it hits different when you call somebody a pedophile or when you make arguments about domestic violence. I understand that. It hits different when it resonates in a cultural vacuum or in a cultural arena where the Me Too movement, the progressive ideas of misogyny and sexism and patriarchy have prevailed, where we are far more sensitive and culturally appropriately so aware of the various forms of hurt and pain that women have to endure, and that gender plays a role that we have historically ignored. All that is true.
All right. So he basically got on the internet and tried to contextualize his conversation by saying Jay-Z respected what I had to say, even though he disagreed with me. Why don't y'all? Because we ain't Jay-Z, nigga. We ain't your friends. And I'll take it a step further. Jay-Z gonna be respectful to everybody. To think Jay-Z ain't arrogant, you crazy. Now, what he may have said to you on the phone may not have felt inherently, non-receptive to what you were saying, but it wasn't nothing you was gonna tell that man about what the fuck was going on between these two men for him to be like, oh, okay, yeah, you got me there. No. There's enough Jay-Z interviews, conversations on the internet to know that's one of the most sarcastic motherfuckers on the planet. Even when you think you got one up on that nigga, he gonna say some shit under his breath or say some shit, and you gonna be like, you may miss it. You may watch that motherfucker again and be like, damn, got him. But I do know that there is a certain line of respect between Michael Eric Dyson and Jay-Z because Michael Eric Dyson has covered Jay-Z very closely over the years, has upheld his excellence as an artist, as a businessman, as a linguist in music on numerous platforms. So I know that there's some level of respect there because it's not too many scholars that go out of their way to do that for Jay. A lot of people have tried to downplay Jay-Z's contributions in music and try to make it seem like, oh, he's just money, cars, clothes, and hoes. So I understand that there probably is some connection there and a line of respect, but just because Jay feels like he ain't got a shit on you, clearly he felt the need to call you up and let it be known, hey man, you kind of tripping, brother. And you gonna try to tell that man, read my 3,000 word essay, man. Clearly Kendrick was trying to strip Drake of his blackness. That is not the conversation that was happening. It was a cultural conversation, not an ethnicity thing. But of course, some people will stretch the imagination to try to make whatever they want fit and stick. Jay-Z literally had to get the song cleared with the fucking NFL to get that shit performed at the Super Bowl, but you go tell all of them that had to go through all of the legal requirements and prerequisites to get it aired on TV that he don't know the social impact of what Kendrick was really doing. That's some arrogance to me. And I'll take it a step further because I seen somebody who was on my previous video talking about you're gonna, this is a professor, this is an educator, and you think you're gonna know more about what he's saying than him? Yes. He may know more about a lot of shit than me. Most definitely. But you're not finna come up in a hip hop conversation and try to goddamn tell me that it's raining when it's a motherfucking sunshine. Okay? That's not gonna happen. And I got enough credentials to back me. I ain't fucking Kendrick Lamar, I ain't Drake, I ain't Jay-Z. But look J Nolan up, look Jamar Nolan up. You could put the fucking whole name in. I don't give a damn. You'll find it. I done enough to know rap, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And I would stand on that with Michael Eric Dyson standing in front of me. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't care if you knew the Beastie Boys in the 80s, nigga. You ain't put pen to paper and went in no motherfucking booth to write for yourself. Nobody else. No TV shows. No motherfucking networks. No goddamn none of that. So you're not going to tell me the writing process for that. You could tell me the writing process on a dissertation. I'll be open for that. You could tell me the writing process on a whole bunch of other shit. Not this. So let's dead that. And let's be clear. If that lawsuit had any credence to it, it would have went further, right? With the PDF allegations and all that shit that was in the motherfucking song. If it had a leg to stand on, it would have gone further. The judge wasn't in that motherfucker out here bopping to the song. The judge was just like, hey, I need some more contextual details about this situation. Oh, y'all was going back and forth. Oh, you did this whole thing. You was waiting on him to respond and you kept dissing him. You goaded him. You told him to mention these specific things in your own song. But then when he came out with a song saying those things you invited him to say, now you want to bring it to me. Judge showed up like a good mama. Don't come over here slapping your little brother. And then when he punch your ass, you want to come cry and tell me what happened. Y'all work that shit out on your own time, all right? And y'all both better show up to the motherfucking dinner table with your hands clean, ready to eat. Motherfucker. Yeah. That's civility. Yeah, man. It's crazy what's going on in this hip hop thing, man. People trying to rewrite history, people trying to put crazy spins and narratives on things, people trying to turn things into some sort of fucking attack on humanity, all type of shit, man. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You way out of bounds. And if Jay-Z did in fact call your ass about this shit, you shouldn't have came to the internet with that motherfucker. You should have actually listened and took that nigga words for what it was. And perhaps you should have sat with what he was saying a little longer to process from a hip hop perspective, from a rapper's perspective, from a perspective of somebody who actually been in a fucking rap battle, dissing niggas and got personal with niggas and took jabs at niggas' family and shit like that to get a little bit more extra context on the situation. But no, you think your understanding is far superior. Let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had to evolve and grow, cause I could have been killed.